Hi, so if you're watching this, there's a decent chance that anxiety has shown up in your life at some point, and maybe it's still showing up now. And I get it. I've been there. I've worked with so many clients who've had it as well. And anxiety feels like it's your enemy. It feels like maybe there's something broken inside you that needs to be eliminated. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Actually, anxiety doesn't mean that you're broken. Anxiety serves a purpose and it does exactly what it's meant to do. It's a bit like having an overprotective mate that is always looking out for you. Basically, the way our nervous systems have evolved over millions of years is that they have evolved to serve one purpose, and that is to keep us safe. So when there was genuine danger, such as a predator or some other threat, our bodies go into fight or flight mode. Adrenaline spikes, your heart races, your muscles tense. That's anxiety. And that was geared towards survival whenever a threat was present. The problem today is that our nervous systems haven't been updated. They're still running the old software they used to run thousands of years ago. And we still think there's a lot of threats around that aren't really there. So when you get that email from your boss, or you're worried about money, or you're thinking about maybe your pension and retiring and what that's going to look like, or you've got a presentation come up, your nervous system treats it like a predator is chasing you, and your body starts to release the same chemicals and you get the same physical response. And the crucial bit is this: you cannot and you should not eliminate anxiety. It's information. It's your body telling you that something matters, that something's important, and that something probably needs attention. Without anxiety, you'd probably just walk straight out into traffic. You'd ignore real problems. You'd have no motivation to prepare for interviews or exams. You basically wouldn't protect yourself. So the challenge isn't anxiety itself. It's what happens when anxiety doesn't switch off and becomes chronic or long term. And why does this happen? Why does anxiety get stuck on when it should be switched off? Well, specifically for Generation X, which is my specialty niche. So that's people born between 1965 and 1980. So you're probably in your late 40s or 50s. We came up during an age of massive economic and social change, though, and we were told to work harder, climb the ladder, achieve, and we did it. We worked for decades in careers, we took on mortgages, we built families, we built lives, and we never really stopped. So as we get towards the end of our careers now and we should be thinking about winding down, we're not doing that. And the pressure hasn't eased. A lot of that is pressure we put on ourselves. So if anything, it's got worse. We may be managing aging parents. We're worried about our retirement. We're looking out for our children who may be in their 20s but can't afford to go on the mortgage ladder. Possibly second guessing ourselves. We're wondering if we've made the right choices. So underneath all of that is this low level hum of anxiety that just never switches off. Our nervous systems are stuck in a loop. They've learned to stay alert, to stay ready, to stay switched on, because there's always something to worry about if we allow ourselves to worry. And even when things are going okay, so you're doing well in work, you've got money saved up, you've got the mortgage mostly paid off, you might have several properties, but we're still anxious about things that we think are threats. And that's when anxiety really becomes a problem. You may notice that it's affecting your sleep, your relationships, your work, your physical health. You just don't feel at ease. And that's when it becomes more than just a warning signal. That's when it becomes background noise that is taking over our lives. And there's lots of data that backs this up. Anxiety disorders affect roughly 1 in 5 adults in the UK. That's millions of people. And within that, Generation X, we are right in the mix. And certainly here's something that I've noticed in all my work with my clients. And again, research backs this up. Women will seek help more willingly. They'll go to the GP. They'll talk to their friends about it. They'll reach out. But men, only 36% of us, that's a concern, will actually do anything, particularly when it comes to making an appointment with a GP or another healthcare professional, particularly one that specializes in mental health. So 2/3 of men who suffer with anxiety in Generation X are just sitting there in silence, and they're probably not managing it all. So it becomes a vicious circle. So if you're a bloke and you're watching this and you've been white knuckling it through your life for the last few years with anxiety, then you're not alone. There are lots of people and lots of men who suffer unnecessarily. And here's a couple of practical things that you can do straight away from today to help reduce your anxiety. I'm going to give you 3 tips, 3 very simple, but very effective and very well tried and tested techniques. The first one is called box breathing. This is really simple. And all we do is we breathe in for 4, we hold for 4, and then we breathe out for 4. And if you do that 5 or 6 times, you start to engage what's called your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's the part of your nervous system that slows everything down when we feel safe and we can relax. So our anxiety may be shouting at us, but box breathing says, actually, we're okay. We're in control. We're not in any danger. So try that if you feel your anxiety moving. The second tip is an obvious one, but it's movement. Your body is flooded with adrenaline and cortisol when you're anxious, and they are telling you to do something. So get up and do something. Go for a walk, do some stretches, dance around your living room or your office. Just get that energy, that nervous energy moving through your body in a productive way rather than an unproductive or an unhelpful way. And do that for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or build it up. But every time you feel anxious, just move in some way. And the third tip is naming it. And this is really powerful, but well proven in psychology. So when you feel your anxiety coming on, say to yourself, okay, here's my anxiety. I wonder what's causing that. And then you step away and you become more objective. So you're looking at it as an outsider, not someone who's stuck on the inside. And as you do that, the anxiety starts to release its grip and you will feel yourself easing off, no longer feeling anxious. And that is a huge, huge shift. And it's so easy to do. Just name your anxiety. Now, all of these will help, obviously, but if you've been living with chronic anxiety for years and it's affecting your sleep, your physical health, your relationships, your work, then you need to do something more than use these simple tools. And you need to teach your nervous system that it is safe to relax, that it's okay to feel safe and protected. And this is where clinical hypnotherapy comes in, because the point is your anxiety isn't your enemy. It's meant to be there for a purpose, but not so much so that it takes over your life. And if that's you, or if it sounds like somebody that you know, then first of all, try one of those techniques today, or share those techniques with somebody if they need them, and see what happens. Notice the difference. And if it works, keep doing it. And if you're really, really struggling, and you have been for a long time, and you're ready to take back control, then in order to get rid of that constant hum of anxiety, then let's talk about it. Somewhere around this video, you'll find a link to my calendar. You can book a completely free discovery call. We'll find out what's going on for you, what's causing it, and more importantly, how you can start to resolve it or deal with it. But just remember, for now, you're not broken. You are not broken. Your body has gone into that constant loop of anxiety and it doesn't know how to switch off. It was designed to protect you, but now it's like a fire alarm that's gone off when the smoke's detected, but it hasn't switched off after the smoke has gone. So if this has resonated with you, then leave a like, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm always curious to see how far away in the world these videos go. And more importantly, if you do need help, then reach out. Even if it's not to me, talk to your GP, talk to a healthcare professional, talk to people like the Samaritans. There are lots of sources that you can go to help get control of your anxiety. I will see you in the next video.